Welcome back to another episode of Just Jossin Around. Long time no see, but I've seen you around. Guys, it's Grace.
Hello. I'm actually on camera for this show.
I'm very excited. You know what? A lot of guests that have come on this show go, have you had Grace on? When is Grace coming? Yes.
That's so nice.
It is, but honestly, it's like the truth is I was going to wait till we hit our 50th episode and I was going to be like, it's Grace reveal, even though we've definitely seen you on the podcast before, but Grace reveal and also going to ask you questions, but I want to do that now.
Okay, wait, hold on. What number are we on?
I think we're on 43. Okay. 44.
Cool. You just couldn't wait to have me.
I just couldn't wait. And also I took a break for a couple weeks to move to Omaha. Yeah. So this feels like a good reset.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're doing seasons, but I feel like it's like, this is like season 2 or I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost been a year.
It's almost been a year.
You started. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy to think about.
I know. It's like, if I had to guess, I'd say maybe season 3.
It probably is.
But at the same time, with Minimum Rage, we hit episode 8. And I was like, we're done. I was like, all right.
That's what made me laugh, was hitting episode 8 and then just being like, all right, welcome to season 2.
It's hard. Podcasting is hard.
Podcasting is hard. This is honestly, I mean, like, I think it helps, like, that I am working here too. But otherwise, this is like the most consistent thing I've ever done in my life.
Really?
I usually give up.
Well, I think you found your calling then.
I really like it's fun.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
And it's like not a lot of pressure either. No. Because anyone can have a podcast.
And Lord, yes. Yes. And the more I see that, I go, oh my God. But, you know, people probably, I did check the ratings today for Just Jossin Around. 4.7 stars.
That's great. Out of 5.
Out of 5. Okay, so someone.
Okay. That's awesome. Yeah.
Okay. I should have a more positive mindset about it. There's 14 reviews. I don't know how to go back and read them, but it means that someone has.
People are listening.
But also someone has not given me 5 stars. Oh. And I need to know why.
Do you go rate yourself?
I did rate myself on my personal podcast account, or my Spotify account.
Yeah.
But I just am so curious. I want to know. I want to be able to access and see the.
Do you ever worry about people from your past watching, like high school bullies?
I think about, and then I go, I do think about that. And there are people who have messaged me, but I'm just like, I don't care. You know, the people who I care about their opinion are still in my life.
Yeah, good. You know, I like that mindset.
That's kind of like, and if you're in the past for a reason.
Right,
so
right.
If I talk about it or something, I'm just kind of like, oh my God, Grace, this is like, I'm sorry. I definitely have things I want to talk about, but this is like an off story that I need to tell you. So a woman came up to me at a bar like 2 weeks ago, and she claimed to be psychic, and she starts telling me things about my past. And it was very jarring, and I believed her. I mean, still there's a little part of me that believes her, but I'm like, what if she's like a super fan of Just Jossin?
Honestly.
And she's just listened to the episodes.
I mean, either way, best of both worlds. I mean,
and honestly, she wasn't, I'm not, shitting on her psychic ability, but she didn't give me any advice.
So what'd she do?
She just told me, she was like, did you get out of a toxic relationship 3 years ago? Like, she just starts going in about my past with my relationships. She starts talking about my family. She guessed my zodiac sign.
Okay.
Guessed, or she knew. I don't know.
I mean, sounds also like a private investigator.
Exactly.
So I don't know if you should be looking out.
In the moment, I will say I was like, oh my gosh. Because 30 minutes before that happened, me, Lauren, and Megan were at a bar or at that same bar, and we were talking about how we were talking about psychics and if we believe in them. And I was like, a psychic would have to come up to me.
Whoa.
And be very specific. And then it happened and I freaked out. I was not normal the rest of the night after that.
Okay. Well, that manifestation worked quick.
Right? I don't know. The thing is, I really don't know. It's I guess, and I also proved myself wrong because she did just that and I still was like, I don't believe, even though, maybe I do.
Well, that's fascinating.
Right?
I hope that she, I don't know, had a good time talking to you.
I was sobbing. I was crying. She was just going in. I was just letting her have a time. But that's been, I was like, that was when I was trying to like rationalize it. I was like, she could have just listened to every single episode.
Did you get her info?
I did.
Okay.
Because she was like, I don't do this for a living. I don't charge people. I'm a mom.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
I don't know. It might be worth reaching out again.
That's what I'm saying. But all my friends were like, no, she's weird. Don't do it. Don't do it. And so I might take heed and not. And just let it be.
Yeah, just let it go.
Just let it go.
Okay.
So that's what I'm going to do. But, you know.
That's exciting, though.
I also do feel that sometimes, like, if I've met people who have, in the community who have listened, and they'll just say, like, something that I'm like, how do you know that? But it's because
like, oh, wait.
I open my big mouth.
I have a podcast.
I kind of briefly went over my life updates. I moved to Omaha. Mm-hmm. I want to know what's going on in your life. We obviously have David the cat here with us.
David the cat, he's not dead.
He's not dead.
He's just here. Yeah, so if you don't know, I'm a crazy cat lady. And this is David. He's an orange tabby. And he's like 1.5 years, I think. Mm-hmm. But I don't know how you feel about this, but I hate being called a cat mom. Yeah. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I have no maternal instincts. But even like, I think it's weird when people say cat mom, dog mom. Even though, yeah, you are. I just feel like that's so weird.
It's like boy mom. Or, you know, it's like a weird thing. Like, why are you putting yourself in this?
Yeah, it's like I prefer to be called as his master.
Grace.
Is that too much? Is that too much?
Grace, that's actually... I'm going to make the argument that is actually more unhinged.
Okay. Okay. My sister Allie, one time I like overheard her saying like, "Where's your master?" like to the cat. Yeah. I was like, that's so funny.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I just like, I'm not his mom.
Yeah.
He has a mom who lives on a farm who's also a cat. But like, I'm just like his best friend.
No, you're a realist.
Yeah, I am.
It is.
Anyways, so cat
really funny.
master. Yeah. He has a TikTok. Did you not know that?
No. I deleted TikTok, but I will re-download it after this.
Okay. He's at The Real David the Cat. And we do like lots of like daily vlogs. We just like built a cat tree for him. So that got a video that got very disappointing views. So I might re-upload that. But I started that TikTok when we first got him at like 6 weeks.
Wow.
And so yeah, it's just been documenting his life. I'm very scared that TikTok is going to go away.
Oh,
have you heard of that?
Yeah, that's been the whole buzz. Yeah.
So now I feel like I should be downloading all those videos and re-uploading to like Instagram or something. But also that's so much work.
It is so much. It is a lot of work. I will say, I tried. Even for this podcast, I tried TikTok, and TikTok is it's a lot. But a part of me was like, I go back and forth, like, should I upload to TikTok for the pod? But then I'm like, they're going to take it away.
Yeah.
I'm just going to stick to Reels.
And I've never been very successful with TikToks.
No. I think it's hard.
Yeah. Like, there has to be some way that people are getting all of these views. Like, if they're paying for it, I don't know. Paying for it, yeah. How it works, but.
I always feel like I get more success on Instagram Reels anyways, which I feel like is like, I don't know, I guess whatever works, but I feel like, I don't know, the views, you can do the hashtags and it's like.
Yeah. And then like sometimes when I don't do hashtags, it does really well. So I'm like, there's no pattern.
There's nothing. But I'm excited. I'm going to check out that. I like that.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of you for the consistency of, how old is David now?
He's like 1.5 years.
Still, that's a long time.
Yeah. Well, and I just also am constantly taking videos. So I'm like,
let me do something.
I don't need to, have my camera roll full of stuff.
If I lived with my family's dog, David, Eli David. See, there is the David crossover. Okay. Yeah. I was just thinking about that. But if I would do a vlog style, but I'm just not around him enough.
Yeah.
And when I see him,
and he's such a cute dog.
He's handsome.
Oh my God. You sent me a video of him attacking me one time. Yes. That was so funny.
That one I sent to a couple people because it was like, my dad, he'll get insane when I enter the front door. So my dad like has to pin him down and wait till he like takes deep breaths before letting him up. But he'll play. He'll like pretend to be calm. Yeah. And the second my dad gets up, he gets back to it.
Does he do that with just you or everyone?
I think just me. Not a lot of people, like, it's just when I come over, because it'll be a while since he's seen me. And then I come over and he's like, I forgot you existed. This is great. And then we get back to it. But yeah, he just got his hair cut, and I feel like I hurt his feelings because when I came over last time to see him, I saw the haircut and I just was like, oh.
Did it just like cut too much?
It's so short.
Oh.
So short. It's because my family's moving to Vegas, so it's like it's his Vegas cut. He's just
well, and it's gonna get hot.
It's gonna get real hot.
So they gotta get the summer cut.
And where they're moving to in Vegas, there's no grass.
Oh, that's gonna be weird for him.
It's gonna be weird for him, but there is a pool, so we're hoping that maybe he'll swim.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be a water dog that can swim. I just have this deep feeling, though, he's going to get in the water and just stop. Like, he will not try.
Right. And, like, unless they have grown up in the water.
Uh-huh.
So, are you going to drive him to Vegas, or is he going to fly?
I think so. My family's going to drive him to Vegas with them. I don't know. They have it all orchestrated out. That sounds like a pain. I mean, I just moved to Omaha, and I was like, that was the hardest day of my life. I couldn't imagine, like, picking up a house with dogs and going to another state.
Did you move in under 4 hours like you wanted?
Yes. And I beat my itinerary by 10 minutes.
Wow. Okay.
I was super like, I mean, I had, I don't know if you remember, we had him on, Robert Davies. I paid him and I bought him dinner, and I just was like, I need you just to like show up and let's just get this done.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened. We moved everything out of my apartment in like an hour and a half. Drove to Omaha, went to the storage unit, unloaded stuff there, went to Chris's house, who I'm living with now, and then moved everything up there. That's
impressive.
It was like, I looked terrible, but I felt so like sexy. Like, I was like, I feel like so cool right now.
Yeah.
Because, I'm used to just things blowing up in my face. I'm used
to it to actually go the way I
was waiting for like the whole drive to Omaha. I'm waiting for a call from Robert that's like the truck tipped, or like just something like, I'm just waiting for chaos because I feel like I attract that into my life.
Yeah.
And so, but I'm glad it was freaking smooth.
Yeah, I'm happy for you. And I think the weather was pretty good too.
Yeah, it was
I remember.
It was a little humid, but it was like, did not matter. It was perfect. And I have all the bruises to show that I put my back into
you did it.
But I wanted to have you on today, one, to catch up, two, because I kind of want to, we've done so many episodes, and so I have just like a series of questions, and I want to know. So of all, and this is not like a political who's your favorite, but this is no offense to anyone who's been on, but just genuinely, who's like favorite, who like sticks out that has been on the podcast, comics or...
Okay. I briefly like went through the whole list. Yeah. And I don't remember everyone's names.
Of course, that's okay.
But one person that I'm always drawn to is Megan Malone.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
And I don't want it to sound like I'm like obsessed or anything, but I kind of am.
I am.
Because she's been on Just Jossin twice. And then she's on Rage, and then I've seen her a couple times in a live show.
Yeah.
So I just like her personality, her storytelling. Her bar, obviously.
Exactly. Megan has just like amazing style and funny, like on stage, but also like conversationally. She's just quick. She's very funny.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And there was one episode where she impromptu came in and brought her dog.
Yes,
Ned. Yeah. So that was super fun.
That was fun.
And yeah.
So Megan Malone wins. I'm just kidding.
Honestly,
that's valid.
Yeah. I also really loved obviously Rachel Ware because of the strawberry shortcake thing.
That moment was iconic.
That was so funny. She was a voice actor as a kid, and she was in one of my favorite shows when I was a kid, Strawberry Shortcake. And when I found out that she was in that, I like internally freaked out. Yeah. So I was like, oh my God, I'm in the presence of royalty, honestly.
She will love to hear that.
There was also another moment where when Rachel was on, you guys were snacking on something. Yeah. And
Oh,
It was like you or her like reached for it, the bag, and like it was just a miscommunication, and it was so funny.
That one, and the way that you edited that clip was so funny because you dragged it around, like had the camera following our hands, and it was so funny.
Oh my
God, was
God,
great.
yeah, that was great.
Those are I mean, two of my favorite people.
Yeah,
that we've had on. Very fun. I can't help but like when I was like, because I was thinking too like what were very memorable moments, and I couldn't help but think about the chair sinking when Tyler was on.
Yes, that was great too.
That one was really funny.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, there's nothing funnier than trying to fix something without drawing attention.
Yeah.
And then I just like full on called you out. I was like,
gosh. Yeah. That was so perfect too, because like, I mean, even looking back at like that clip, it's like he is towering.
Yeah.
And I'm like literally like neck high, not even.
It looked like a man having dinner with his like little kid or something. It was very funny. And his gallon of water. I remember that.
Yeah, that episode I really enjoyed that one. Tyler was super, super funny. He said like insane things about like giving dip to 13-year-olds. I love that one. But I think No Way, another comic said, he said something like, oh yeah, sitting at the big kids table or something like, and I was just like, that's so true.
I told myself I was going to go through the Instagram to like refresh my memory. Because I know there was a lot of funny stuff, like Dan Alton. The can scraping.
Yes.
That was
botulism.
Yeah. Botulism, yeah.
That's what you brought. You brought educational. You educated us.
That, or like I just brought the mood down.
No, it's so exciting. I like when you like have things to say. Yeah. Because also it's like I've talked about this with comics that have been on. It's like we are like making each other laugh, but also it's like it's that like innate performer in us where it's like we want to make whoever's listening or like laugh. So you're just kind of this third party. We're like, is Grace laughing? Like, is this funny to Grace? Because like if it's not, next topic.
Yeah. So. I think another reoccurring thing that I always bring is talking about Ariana Grande and her. I like that. Yes. Yeah. And
we haven't talked about her in a while.
Are you wearing her perfume right now?
I am.
So am I. Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah, her Wicked movie is coming out.
True.
Are you gonna see it?
We should see that.
Oh, I wasn't planning.
Oh.
I said, are you gonna see it?
I forget that we both, for some reason I thought we were on the same side with the Ariana.
No,
we're not.
No.
We're not.
I mean, okay, I was a big fan of her when she was on Victorious and stuff, but like the whole SpongeBob thing, I don't know.
That has rubbed everyone the wrong way. And I will say, I thought it's been hard for me recently because she's doubled down on SpongeBob.
Right.
Like they're really together. Yeah. Okay. I thought that was all like, oh, they just happened to be, I thought it was happenstance.
Yeah.
But now it's like real. It's real.
It's real.
And I'm like, whoa.
I know.
That is,
I just loved her Seven Rings era because that's when I think it was my second year of college. Yeah. We were like, everything, thank you, next, the music videos, like the tour. Yes. I was obsessed with that era. Yep. And then, I don't know. We all grow up, I guess.
I will say her most recent album, it's taken a couple listens, but I'm coming around to it. But it's not as easy as like, I mean, Positions and like all those albums that come before, because those were just like bangers. Yeah. Yes. So I am slowly seeing your perspective, but it's taking me a long time to come around.
I know, it's fine.
You said, I'll be here waiting. I have been mixing her perfume with Victoria's Secret Bare Vanilla in Bloom.
Okay.
So mixing those two, and I'm enjoying what's happening.
Honestly, okay, so we both like the blue perfume. That's the one that was the Cloud. Yes. That's my favorite one.
Yes.
And then for this past Christmas, I wrote on my wish list Ariana Grande perfume. I didn't specify. And so someone got me a perfume and it's like the newest one, but it does not smell the same. It kind of smells like an old lady.
Really?
Yeah. It's not my fave, but like her
is it
perfume
pink?
It's pink.
I have the pink one.
But it's not like the
Pink Cloud.
No.
Okay.
The bottle is like, it looks like an egg kind of. I don't know. But I mean, obviously I'm going to use it because it's expensive perfume.
Exactly.
But, I mean, if I could like swap it out for the old stuff.
I said I would. I like the pink cloud. I will say I love the original Ariana Cloud, but when I got the pink one, I was like, this is just elevated. It's like everything that I love more. I will say Billie Eilish's perfume, not her like perfume, but her body mist. It's like some vanilla. So good. I will be going back for that.
I love a vanilla. Yeah. Have you heard of Frenchie? That brand?
Frenchie.
It's the Ashley Tisdale brand.
Oh no.
It's
vaguely,
like,
I feel like.
Okay. She does like the oils and lotion and everything, but I think it's vanilla cashmere. It smells so amazing.
I love that stuff. I feel like that just like I get the most compliments when I wear vanilla-y stuff.
Yeah.
I prefer it. But yeah, Ariana, she's a stan of the.
I know.
We will always bring her up. I'm trying to think of other reoccurring topics that come up on this podcast. But Ariana's pretty consistent. Jason's Deli recently has become consistent.
Yeah. Delco Dave. He's
He's a classic. Tuna is a pretty consistent topic. These are
also wanted to talk about so I'm going to the lake this weekend, which I used to like love being a lake person, but have you heard of the brain eating amoeba? I like swear I'm not like a hypochondriac, but like I am like very paranoid about stuff. Anyways, so now I'm afraid to go swimming and like putting my head under lake water because it's like, what are the odds? But also,
well, did you read that it's in that lake, or you read
not
about?
Not specifically, just like lakes in general. But if it's like 100% preventable, like I'm gonna. But also, I love swimming.
Exactly.
So, anyways,
that's really what's it called?
The brain eating amoeba.
Oh.
So it's a parasite or something, and it goes either through like your ears or your nose, and it like eats your brain, and you're fucked.
This is
so.
Lauren sent me something about a parasite that you can get through mercury poisoning or tuna or something that can eat your brain.
That's the botulism, or is that something else?
It does have a botulism vibe to it, but it is something different.
Okay.
But it was
great.
I just like I read it. She sent it to me at like maybe 2 a.m, and I read it like out of like I was like asleep, and I woke up, read that, and I had nightmares. I was terrified because I'm like,
scary.
I really have eaten a lot of tuna, and this could affect me.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Or is that just with the dented? Or it's
I'll have to locate what she sent me. It was a tweet, so it's like probably unreliable. But I'm like brain eating things scare me.
Yeah.
Because it's like I feel like you don't know what's happening.
No. And I think it's like slow and painful, I think. I don't know.
Well, it's like how you would have to like literally go under the knife for them to get it out, and then it's like how much brain damage have they done?
A lot, yeah. Anyway, so that's like ruined my summer. And then also, have you heard of lately toxic shock syndrome?
Oh my God, yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
that one scares you?
Yes.
My aunt had toxic shock.
Really?
Yeah.
From tampons?
Yeah.
See that like how
that's so have you listened to Lauren's whole set? She's got like a 2-minute joke about toxic shock.
No, she did.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I have heard. But like I'm
scared.
I'm scared. Yeah. And so it's like so many things that an overthinker struggles with.
Well, I feel like you really like, so not to like throw my aunt under the bus, but my aunt used to put super tampons in and then just go like a day, 2 days with that, not changing it because it was like the super tampon would. So that's like the thing is like if you keep it in
for too long.
And so I say like you do a regular size or whatever your flow requires from you. And like just maybe like change it every 2 to 4 hours. I think you're fine.
Okay.
I think it's fine. I think it's like when you're multiple days in.
Right.
In a super like.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I just heard of a girl who said that she changed it every like 4 hours, which is normal. But then she ended up losing her legs.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. That was
so like, I don't know.
My aunt still has her legs.
Okay,
she does. I don't know if I don't think she can walk. I don't remember actually though. She might just be paralyzed.
Oh my God.
I don't remember. Someone in my family's gonna listen to this and be like, actually, she uses a walker. So I don't know.
So anyways, I'm just constantly worrying about like 1 in a million things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I feel like...
I'm sorry, one more thing.
Yeah.
Have you heard the story of the woman who lost all of her limbs because of a dog lick?
What? What did the dog do?
The dog had some sort of disease, and then it licked a wound.
No!
And she got infection and lost all 4.
All of them?
All 4.
I don't understand why it would have to be you're breathing through telling that.
So now, like, I already don't let dogs lick me.
Really?
But after, like, reading that, I'm like,
well,
fuck.
You don't seem like you have a lot of open wounds either.
Well, yeah.
But also, why? What did the dog... I have multiple questions. What did the dog have? Why was it all of her limbs? Why wasn't it just the leg?
I think it just, like, spread.
That's crazy.
I don't remember the disease that the dog had, but it was like, that
is really scary.
Yeah.
That's terrible. I'm trying to think of things that I've been, like, paranoid of. But really... I guess I just always have this, like, idea of, like, my heart's just going to stop beating randomly. Mm-hmm. Like, I'll just be driving and just be like, what if it happened right now?
Yeah.
But I'm like, no, my doctor says I'm healthy.
Right. I mean, you don't do any crazy recreational things.
No.
So.
No.
Do you ever get nervous about getting T-boned while driving?
Mm-hmm. Because, you know, like, in the movies or shows, like, there'll be a shot of someone just driving and then it just comes out of nowhere. And the shock, like, it's scary when it happens in a show, but I'm always like, that could happen. But I head on swivel.
I know, yeah. I've been trying to do better at looking before crossing the intersection.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's a good thing. I've been putting my phone down more.
Good.
I have not, like, it's just not worth it to me anymore.
No.
And yeah.
And you've been yelled at how many times by strangers?
There was that one day I got yelled at twice. I got yelled at. And mind you, I got yelled at in traffic by a woman. She was like, you really shouldn't be on your phone, or you shouldn't be texting and driving. We were both at a stoplight. I had my window down. I just got my coffee. I'm having a really good day. I'm changing the song in my car at the stoplight, not even texting. And she says that to me. And like, I just was like, I know, like, like, I didn't even know what to say to her because, like, you're right, but also, like, mind your own business.
I know, you're at a stoplight.
We're at a stoplight. I'm changing my music. Like, I'm like, she should see me when I'm actually texting and driving. She would have a cow. Yeah, and then I got yelled at Casey's by a pro-life woman, but that's okay.
That'll happen.
I genuinely, that was another thing where it was like, mind your own business. No one's talking to you.
Yeah.
That was wild. But anyways.
Yeah. I always wonder what I would do in those situations. In my head, I want to be like, yeah, I'd have a really good comeback. But I think I would actually, like, cry or something.
Exactly. I always like to think that I would have. The only thing that I know I had a good comeback recently was, again, this was out of Casey's. This happened, like, the day after I moved or something. I was pumping my gas. I come out of the gas station and a man is like yelling at me. Like, he's trying to, like, hey, can I talk to you for a second? Can I talk to you? I ignore him. I keep walking to my car. And he's still yelling at me. I'm not even looking his direction. I'm just like gonna pump my gas, leave. And then he starts walking over to me. And I just like yelled out, like, stay the fuck back. Like,
oh, good.
Whatever. And then he like put his hands up and he walked back to where he was standing.
That's so scary.
It was really scary, but I just was like, but I told myself as he was yelling at me, I was like, Jossin, you do have to say something if he starts walking towards you. And then he did, and I was like, here's my time.
Yeah.
And then he stepped back. So I was like, I'm proud of myself.
Ugh, I don't know. That's so scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that's what you're supposed to do is call them out if they're being weird. But at the same time, it's like, ugh,
you don't know that people are so unpredictable. Like, you don't know what they're carrying. Like, which that's another thing is I found during moving, I had lost all of my self-defense tools. I had no idea where they were. But moving, I found all of them. I have 2 tasers, a baton.
You have a baton?
Oh,
to like whip out?
Yeah. Because it was actually my parents' baton that they had in New Mexico because they would run like at like 5:30 in the morning, and there'd be wolves. And so if there was ever like a wolf that came out, they would just beat it with the baton, which I don't think they ever had to do that, but like,
oh my God.
just in case.
Yeah.
And then they moved to Nebraska, Papillion. They were like,
and
there's
they
no
didn't
wolves.
need the baton.
Yep.
Okay.
Which they're moving to Vegas. They might need them.
They might need them again. Yeah.
Again, but they're mine now. And I have a pink and a purple taser. So
that's fun. I've always thought about getting a baton or like something more effective than like spray.
Cause I had spray. It's crazy. You can actually go and find it. I was on the news because someone tried to get into my car, and
right. I think I heard about that.
Yeah, I scared them away with my thing, but it didn't work. I was like pushing it down. Nothing was coming out. You have yours.
Okay. So this is a tiny knife. I have a bigger one. That looks
painful.
Yeah, I got this in Vegas at a gift shop.
Nice.
It has my name on it.
That's cute.
But yeah, it's just like a little thing, but this is not going to do anything.
Well, I mean,
it could.
If they get close.
But I have like a bigger one that I got from Menards.
Nice.
And it's a good knife.
That is good.
Yeah.
I do want to get a little, I have like a little, it's like a puncture, like, it's sharp. Like if you put enough force behind it, it will totally, break skin. But I prefer knife. But I'm also scared that the knife's going to pop out randomly and I'll cut myself.
That won't happen, I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I hope not.
Yeah.
We'll see. But
have you ever shot a firearm?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My stepdad used to live in Missouri. And so I went down to see him and he took me to a gun range and I shot like a B-22, which is like a little gun. I shot like an AR.
Oh, yeah.
Like
sure.
a
AK-47.
Something like that. It was an automatic gun. Okay. That was like you hold the trigger down and it's
oh, that's fun.
It was really fun. It felt good, and also because I kept my target because I was like, I have a good eye. Yeah. But I did think to myself, like, should I have a gun like for self-defense like in my apartment? Then I was just like, no. No, bad idea. I don't know.
Like guns
scare me too.
Yeah. All my uncles are like hunters. All that stuff. So I did go shoot a real gun once.
Yeah.
But the funniest thing was the whole time I'm like doing it, waiting, the only thing I was thinking about is, does my hair look good?
Yeah, no, that matters. It does.
My mom was also
taking pictures.
So I was like, my hair is probably like blowing a lot. And I told my uncle that. I'd probably be like,
yeah.
But yeah, I was so serious.
That's really funny.
I did it once. I was like, all right, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Because I felt scared. Like, my stepdad was very like, if anyone was going to teach me how to like act around it, he did a great job because he was like super like, you make sure that safety's on. Like he was very serious. And so I had like this fear of like, okay. Yeah. And like we went to a shooting range and then we went like in the woods or something. I think we went to just go like shoot cans. I can't remember what we did, but walking around the woods, I was walking around with it, carrying it. And I felt like fear. I knew the safety was on. I knew all that, but I was just like, I'm petrified right now. Yeah. Also because he had gotten, they were kind of like cheaper bullets and the bullets kept getting like jammed in the gun. So he would constantly have to keep like fixing it. Yeah. And that was stressing me out too because it would like, I would shoot and then it would just be jammed. It wouldn't come out and I'd be like, yeah. Just like carrying it away. Yeah. Guns are really scary, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Scary stuff.
Scary stuff. We've talked about a lot. I kind of bringing it back. I had a question about, so I want to know your first impressions of the podcast, like, and kind of like stand-up in general versus like your knowledge and impression of stand-up now. Like, I know that's so vague and open and I can like be more specific, but like, I don't know, like, I didn't know what your like background with comedy was before, like if you watched any.
Yeah, well, I had never seen a real life comedy show until we started this. Mm-hmm. So I'd only seen like the Ellen DeGeneres special.
Oh, really?
Like
interesting.
Big stuff or like the Amy Schumer but it's like watching it in person I felt like more fun because the content is more understandable maybe. Mm-hmm. And also just being in the environment. Yeah. Pretty fun. And also knowing the comics makes it even more fun because I understand the material. I kind of get the personalities a little bit. Yeah. And but then like other than that, I've seen a bunch of improv shows. Totally the same, but
still like comedy.
Right, performing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I obviously loved going to see those shows.
I love improv.
Yeah.
I love it. Did you like, I don't know, like I remember before I was really invested in stand-up, I always just thought that like, I thought that that's how they talked. Like I thought like the person on stage, I did not know that this was like material that they had written down or like, I don't know. I guess that was kind of like more so my, do you assume that as much work like goes into it? Is that like, did you have that assumption beforehand?
I mean, the way that people can like segue into different topics is so impressive.
Sure. Yeah.
I know how hard you guys work to like write or
I should be writing more. I was just, I know recently I've just been like, I don't know. I'm also like finally hitting like a peaceful like thing in my life where it's like not insane. So I can like focus and write. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I feel like transitions and all that, that is like my favorite compliment is like when people are the people who think that you just go up there and you're just talking. You're like, no.
It's like so smooth. And I also like can never do public speaking or anything like that. So like the way, no,
I guess this isn't technically like public speaking because we're
but it's like
together.
Speaking in front. Oh yeah, this. Yeah. But like, yeah, when you're performing on stage, like I don't know how some people can memorize like a 15-minute set. But I guess it's like practice.
It's like I think about that now because I remember like in school when I would do a speech, like I would have to just like I would try so hard to remember it. But I think it's with stand up, it's so personal and it's like you're telling a story that like and that is real and has happened to you. So I feel like it's like easier to tell it because you're like, well, that's just I lived through that or like that was like my experience. At least that's how I look at it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I lost my train of thought, but you kind of touched on it though. People that you've seen on the podcast and then you went and saw like do stand up. Were there anyone that sticks out that like how they acted on the podcast? Like you were not expecting, like you did not expect their stand up or was it all like, has everyone just kind of been like,
I feel like everyone's pretty true to themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool to see Cameron Logston.
I was just thinking about Cameron, yeah.
Yeah, I got to go see a special live, that taping of that, so that was really cool.
Yeah. Cameron is so cool. I think he's probably is he our most famous guest? I think probably, he might be.
Maybe.
Follower-wise.
Yeah.
Cam is up there. Yeah. It's so funny to me that like, I think it was listening to my family talk about like, when I was getting to stand up, they like knew Cameron from social media, like following him. And so when it was like hearing that I was like doing stand up with him or he asked me to host, it was like Cameron. I was like, it's just funny because like I feel like I know Cam on like a friend, like person, but it was just funny to hear like friends and family be like, Cameron.
They're like, wow, you're actually probably pretty good.
They're like, you don't like suck. That's so interesting. I'm really excited. I've been like, even like today, I've been reaching out and the upcoming guests, there will be like more remote episodes because of course the people I want to talk to don't always live in Omaha, but very excited for upcoming guests.
Good.
They're like, I feel like I got some names. Yeah, I'm really excited. So I think like we'll still do like, there'll still be more like local comics that come in. There's definitely comics that are from Omaha that have not come in yet. So there's always like people.
Always room. I am like always fascinated how you know all of these people. And I don't know, maybe it's because like I'm terrible at making relationships with people, but like you're obviously good enough friends to ask them to come on your podcast. And so I just think that's like very, very cool for you.
I like it a lot. I just love I love not all comics, but like when they're good, I just love like talking to like other, because obviously we have something in common, but I end up like just having these like really deep friendships with them because I don't know, I'm just like, we do this thing that we're so passionate about. But also I feel like when I first started stand up, it was like, it's crazy how everyone is like connected. Like there's so many people, especially right now. I would say stand up is like trending right now, where it's like a lot of people are doing stand up and like there's like every day it's like new comics. And I'm constantly, I swear to God, I find 10 to 15 comedians that all have insane followings a day that I'm like, I've never heard of you.
Yeah.
But like you're clearly official and like doing something. But anyways, it's like somehow everyone's like connected and it seems so big, but it is really like a small like pool, I feel like.
Yeah, because I always see you guys hanging out and doing fun stuff.
And I think that like I don't know if all scenes are like this, but I feel like the Omaha scene is like small enough to where like everyone's pretty close. At least I don't know. But yeah, now everyone's moving away. There's been a lot of comics moving.
Yeah.
But it's okay. People are going on to bigger and better things.
That's okay. I mean, you have so much time compared to like, it's also funny because a lot of them are the age range is crazy.
The age range is insane. I recently learned, and this is not like I think I thought Megan was like 35 or 36. I learned that Megan is a year older than my dad. She's 43. And I was just like, whoa, I didn't like, I have such a span. Like I have friends that are like, you know, my age, like 22, 23. And then I'm like, I regularly hang out with people in their 40s and I notice no difference. I'm like, this is like, and I always think that comedy keeps you young. That's what I think.
I would agree. Yeah. I think it's cool that you have the ability to network and travel. Because I feel like you travel a lot too. I'm taking, I say I'm taking a break. No, I'm literally going to Kansas City this weekend to see Maddie. But Maddie is also someone who, her episodes on the podcast, she's so funny. Yeah. I had so much fun when having her on and having the green screen, and that was so silly. I did too. And
she's talented.
Then there was this one like comment. Who was the person that was with her?
Aaron. Yeah.
He was like, just called her out and said, you just want to do hair.
Yeah.
You don't want to go to school.
Aaron is very funny. So Maddie and Aaron are dating officially. Woo. And I know, it's so exciting. I love both of them individually, and so it just warms my heart. And I remember that episode where they came in and we recorded in Studio B, and Aaron, I had keto bread like I remember Aaron just being like looking at me up and down, being like, is ketosis in the room with us? And that genuinely is one of my favorite clips. Oh my gosh. I totally want to have Aaron back, but he's off. They're both him and Maddie are insanely impressive in their comedy careers and the things that they're doing. I'm just like, I'm in the dust. I'm like, you guys are too busy for little old me.
Something that, I don't know, it's like, I think that's kind of cool about the whole comedy group is you guys are all dating each other.
I know. Everyone, for like the most part, everyone is dating each other.
Which I think is awesome, and it sounds like the plot to like a hilarious TV show.
Yes, I would love to do like a sitcom based on just the open mic scene, the comedy, all of that, just the Midwest, because it's like, and also because I feel like the couple matchups, like you don't expect them. Like I think the one that I was like, I mean, Tyler and Megan have been a couple for a very long time. But I was just like, you don't expect it, but then you're like, you see them together and you're like, this makes so much sense.
It just seems like the most fun weekend because you're all doing shows together. It's like a constant date night with everyone.
You would think. I also feel like it's like a thing though where you're like, you kind of have to be like, all right, this doesn't count as us spending time together. We're like quote unquote working.
Yeah, so that makes sense. Yeah. It's kind of like a Grey's Anatomy thing. It's like we're working, but like also like we're like sleeping with each other. So I don't know. I just think it's fun.
I think that if the current situationship that I'm in right now, I'm just kidding. I don't even know. I'll tell you the tea once we hit stop. Okay. But the current thing, if this does not pan out, I'm never dating a comic again. I will never ever do it again. Never. I literally am like, it's just so, it can be like, unless you like are for sure. I think that dating a comic is this like, because it's like you both have this passion, and then it's like for stand-up, and then it's like if you know the relationship falls apart, then it's like oh,
Yeah.
you know, I got to quit this show because you're on it kind of thing. So it can be messy, but if you are sure if you're careful and compatible, it can be really fun and successful.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I feel like I kind of asked you like,
I also
I want to have her back before they move.
episode 2.
Would
Juliana come on?
I want dude.
That would be so
Juliana
fun.
is seriously, my only thing is I feel like, you know, I think if we brought her in and it was like this and we didn't wear the headphones and like we were all having a conversation, I think she could do it. She can be shy, but when she is like out and she's talking, she is the funniest person in our family. She's hilarious. Like, and she's extremely unhinged. Like Gen Z is like the youngest, right? Oh, Gen X. Is Gen X like the one after? She's a whole, it's like, it's so funny though. She's so unhinged. Like she's constantly, like I think she posted on one of her Instagram notes the other day, like bring back male yearning. I was just like, you're 15. What? And yeah, I want to have both of them on, but if Julie gets shy, fun. Michaela will be still pretty good.
Okay.
I mean, the dream would be to have my dad on, but you know, I probably could not get the man on a podcast until he retires.
You think? Oh yeah.
Yeah, he probably would do it, but he's very funny as well. Very funny. But yeah, I'm very excited for what's in store. Next week we're going to be recording with Jamie Schreiner, who's a comic. She lives in Chicago. She just put out a special.
Fun.
And she's super fun. And yeah, I'm very excited. I'm going to be better about like promos and like being like, these are the comics that we're going to have on. And yeah. So very exciting things coming up for Just Jossin.
Very exciting.
Very exciting. Thanks for coming on.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
This was really fun. And also I just wanted to sit down and talk with you. We're just hanging. I'm very excited. I'm excited for this episode to come out. I know comics are going to get their egos stroked from hearing you. But it's nice. They'll love it. Do you want to shout out we'll obviously plug Minimum Rage. That's our podcast.
Yes. So Minimum Rage, which we'll be doing some more episodes with that soon.
Yes.
If you want to be on it, we need
exactly. I think that, you know, we could probably cut this out, but I was just going to say we should definitely do like a Minimum Rage email where if people have stuff that they want to like email and submit or whatever, totally do that because we want the wild, crazy stories.
We really do. We do. Yeah. And I guess if you want to follow David the cat on TikTok,
please do.
Unless it like
gets banned. Yeah.
But yeah, that's me.
Oh, exciting. Yeah. Obviously follow at Just Jossin around. And hopefully we'll be more consistent with posting on Fridays. I will be at least. Yeah. But yeah, new episode every Friday, I think. Thank you. All right. Bye. Yeah, cut.
I should have grabbed the clapboard.
Oh, damn. It's okay.